The first international convention of the Lagos State University was held in Abuja, the federal capital city of Nigeria, from Friday the 21st to Saturday the 22nd of June 2019. The event, which is the brainchild of the Lagos State University Alumni Association, featured the convergence of a diverse assemblage of men and women from different parts of the world who have gone through the enviable portals of the Lagos State University dating back to 1983, when the institution was established. The main attractions of the Lagos State University Alumni Association's first international convention were the annual general meeting of the body, the election of new officers to run the affairs of the Lagos State University Alumni Association, and a dinner and award ceremony. The multi-legged event, which took place at the Rockview Hotel, Abuja, was attended by the Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Lanrewaju Fagbohun, SAN, Professor Peter Okebukola, who was the guest lecturer, the President of the Lagos State University Alumni Association, Major General Cecil Iseka-Igbe, retired, members of the planning committee, and a very impressive attendance of LASUites from different spheres of life, in addition to friends of the Lagos State University who registered a robust presence at the landmark event. The chairman of the auspicious event was Professor Osumbo, former senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Other dignitaries include Otumba Olusegun Rushewe, Mr. Dele Adeola, who owns the Grand Mirage Hotel, Abuja, and veteran broadcaster Mani Onumono, who all came to solidarize with a dear friend of theirs, Prince Bisi Olatilo, one of those bestowed with the prestigious Lagos State University Alumni Association Distinguished Alumni Award for outstanding social impact. The dinner and award ceremony began with a welcome address of the chairman of the planning committee of the first LASU Alumni Association International Convention, Abuja 2019, Major General A.T. Jibril, retired.
Use this opportunity to once again welcome you to this first ever LASU Alumni Association International Convention. It is not a speech-making occasion now. We have done the speech. Now we have some important business to go ahead and do. First, we know we have the lecture. Our guest lecturer is very much around, and is a very well-known face to almost all of us here. The guest lecturer is most welcome. After that, we go ahead and do our dinner, and then the award night will follow immediately. So without waste of your time, I would like to once again thank all of you for making it possible. I would like to specifically thank the chairman for leaving everything he has to be here for us. The VC came all the way from Lagos with the registrar. They are all seated here. I would like to especially thank Professor Peter Okebukola for honoring our invitation to be the guest speaker. We are most honored, sir. With these few words, I would like to wish all of us a very, very successful occasion.
In the address of the president of LASU Alumni Association, General Cecil Iseka-Igbe, retired, he welcomed all members of the LASU alumni from different chapters of the world to the event and urged all those who have passed through the portals of the association to fall back on their wide connections and goodwill to help in giving back to the institution that has helped to mold them into the great achievers they are today in their different spheres.
I want to respectfully welcome you to this year's unique LASU Alumni Convention. It's unique in the sense that this is an election convention where the great minds that will pilot the affairs of our great association will be elected. And as a matter of fact, they have been elected. Mr. VC will be waiting for me to let us know when the swearing in will be. Let us collectively redefine our strategies to partner with the school management towards a great LASU. We are lucky to have a pragmatic Vice-Chancellor leading a disciplined and dedicated management at this point of our rebirth. He had displayed the highest level of cooperation with the alumni and rendered necessary support whenever we call for one. The allocation of land for building our secretariat was single-handedly pursued for approval by the Governing Council by our great VC. I enjoyed our members in the academic and non-academic staff unions of the university to show uncommon patriotism in stabilizing the environment for conducive learning. Your tact in relating with the union leaders can be a catalyst for meaningful negotiation. I sincerely look forward to a deserving rest after my post 2 terms, for the cause by well-meaning members of the association and our strategic partners humbled my resolve to take a bow. Not that I'm indispensable, but the collective trust you all place in me is a tonic for me to do more. I'm not perfect, and I've never imagined so, but I will continue to place the LASU project in the front burner. Let us come together, irrespective of our perceived differences, imagine the real, to take the association to the next level. I congratulate the newly elected members of the ESCO and wish all of us a fruitful venture. My appreciation goes to the chairman and members of the Convention Planning Committee and the Electoral Committee for quality service delivery. I wish all of us a robust night of interaction. God bless you all. Onward together.
The chairman of the occasion, Professor Sumbo, congratulated all the old students of the university, making positive waves across the world as proud and worthy ambassadors of the Lagos State University. Professor Sumbo was full of praises for the VC of LASU, Professor Olarewaju Fagbohun, for the great strides achieved by the Lagos State University under his focused leadership.
The topic of the lecture I see from the brochure is about infrastructural development in the universities. I know that during the period that we were there, we began to witness an upsurge in infrastructural development in LASU. Many of you may not know, but when it started from, I think it was an old college, grammar school, Ojo High School. But there have been massive infrastructural developments in LASU, in addition to the intellectual development of LASU. So there's no better person to speak on this, I guess, than Professor Bukola. And I do understand, I've not been to LASU for quite some time now, but I hear that there has been a lot of infrastructural development. So let us continue to do more, and I'm sure that we'll always be proud to associate ourselves with LASU. I welcome you to this event. I hope that we will all enjoy a very interesting evening. And again, I wish this association more successes in future. Thank you very much.
In his own remarks, the Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Olarewaju Fagbohun, thanked the members of the Lagos State University Alumni Association under the leadership of the President and the entire executive for the great support he has been enjoying from them since he came on board as the VC of LASU. The main request of Professor Olarewaju Fagbohun, the VC of LASU, is that all those who have been privileged to be given a brilliant head start by the Lagos State University should galvanize a huge support for the infrastructural development of the university to complement the efforts of the state government and other individuals and corporate bodies.
Redefine the coconut breaking program. Every year, you do it in the same way. And you've been doing that for how many years now? 30-something years. Let the name of the game change. In Latin, we say tentenda via. Let the name of the game change. Redefine it. Let it be something that will be so attractive. When you watch Oju Dioba, everybody goes back home for Oju Dioba. Do something to the coconut breaking program. Let it be something that will attract people. all the members of they will come back if they see that this is going to be productive. Let it be an opportunity to network, because those are the kind of things that will bring them back. I don't want to talk too much because we have a lecture to listen to. I want to thank each and every one of you for what you have been contributing to this enterprise. And thank you so much. The good Lord will continue to be with you. And through you, I want to thank my two teachers, Professor Sungo and distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola. Thank you very much.
Delivering the lecture with a theme, Imperative of Infrastructure Development of Nigerian Universities, the yawning gap in infrastructure, and the need for focused intervention. The guest lecturer, Professor Peter Okebukola, who was a former acting Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, former Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, and currently Chairman of the Council of the Open University of Nigeria Commission, also threw his weight behind the calls by all the previous speakers for all hands to be on deck for a total infrastructural development of the Lagos State University, so that the institution can stand toe-to-toe with the best universities in the world. Professor Okebukola enjoined all old students of the great institution to give back in equal terms to their alma mater, because that's how all the Ivy League institutions all over the world were raised to the enviable positions they presently occupy in the global education landscape today.
I do not need to tell you the difference between then and now. I mean, those of you that have been visiting our university, as you all can see with your eyes. I recall, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from a visit to MIT last year. I went to MIT, I was coming back. And on arrival in Lasso in the night, I had to pinch myself to confirm that I was already in Nigeria by the sheer beauty of the night environment on campus. Since Lasso, I'm making this statement now with all the seriousness that it deserves. Since Lasso started in 1984, ladies and gentlemen, since Lasso started since 1984, Professor Olanrewaju Adigun-Fagbon, SAN, remains the best Vice-Chancellor we have ever had, and his record may take several hundred years to beat. As all students of Lasso, I urge you to keep supporting your alma mater, especially its infrastructural development. Give back to Lasso that gave to you. Your alumni association is growing to be one of the most viral in Nigeria today. Let us feel your impact on campus. Thank you for the invitation to rub mind with you and have a very restful evening. Thank you.
The event ended with the awards ceremony, beginning with the legendary Lasso Alumni Award given to the President, General Cecil Iseka-Igbe retired. There was the Distinguished Alumni Award for Outstanding Social Impact in the Society. Those honored in this category are Lagos State former Deputy Governor, Dr. Mrs. Idiat Adibule, Mrs. Bolale Ambode, wife of former Governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Farida Waziri, former EFCC Chairman, Lagos State Speaker Honorable Munashiru Obasa, Chairman of the Lagos State Rapid Response Squad, DSP Tunji Disu, Lagos State Head of Service Mr. Hakim Muriokola, and Prince Besiola Atilo, the Chairman and CEO BISCON Communications, who is also a proud alumnus of the Lagos State University. Other awards were the Distinguished Alumni Award, Lasso Academic Merit Award, Lasso Alumni Presidential Award, Alumni of the Year Award, and the Young Alumni Award. From BISCON Communications, we salute the Lagos State University Alumni Association for this great foresight and the well-conceived drive to continue to give all students of the institution, both present and past, the most deserved sense of belonging, which will encourage every member of the great Lasso family to give their utmost best to their worthy alma mater. We
in Lagos State House of Assembly, who are the product of the university, are going to do everything within our ambit and within the law to make sure that we take this university to the next level. And again, to contribute our quota into the development of the school. Because that great citadel has already made us who we are. And it is imperative we have to give back to the school in general.
Lagos State University contributed to my intellectual development. I received training in the University of Ibadan for my first, second, and third degrees. And I had some training outside of Nigeria. But the environment that LASU gave to me for my intellectual academic pursuit is not comparable to anywhere else. I had a Vice-Chancellor, a Dean, that gave me the encouragement to grow, develop, and I rose through the ranks. Well, not necessarily through the ranks. I was still a lecturer in 1984. I then became a professor. And so I thought I should also give back to the university that was part of the pillars of my development.
Very true. The transformation that has come to LASU in the last 3 years, 6 months has been remarkable. And the spirit behind this is because the entire university, everybody is working together, both the staff and students. They are all working together. And what has happened tonight is another remarkable event, this international conference of the alumni. And the charge that I have given on behalf of the management and also representing the interest of the governing council is that the alumni should realize that government cannot do it alone. The alumni should come in and complement government in providing infrastructure for the university. There are 3 critical things that I laid on the table for the alumni tonight. Digitalization of the records of the university is number 1. And number 2, we are seeking to ensure that we are also able to track our graduates. There's a career development center that the university has put in place. Members of the alumni should bring their professional expertise to support the career